we're going to tackle her last debt, which is the student loan. How does the snowball method work to tackle all of your debt? Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. For today's video, I'm going to be explaining to you all what is the snowball method for beginners. So let's get right into it. Before we get started, I would like to thank all of the new subscribers, all of the returning subscribers as well. If you are new, hello once again. My name is Delia Mireya. I make all cash stuffing videos on my channel. I started budgeting for almost 2 years now. I noticed that we were on track with our income. We were able to save money. We had money to pay our bills, groceries, gas, all the utilities, and we also had extra cash left over. I thought that this was going well, so I decided to share my journey in being debt-free here on YouTube. I started budgeting for almost 2 years now. I noticed that we were on track with our income. We were able to save money. We had money for our bills, groceries, gas, utilities, and we still had cash left over. I thought that this was going well, so I decided to start sharing my journey on being debt-free here on YouTube. Fast forward through time, I went to the doctors and I had a couple testings for a couple things that the doctors had some concerns on. Praise to Jesus, I am well. I have a high deductible, so months later, medical bills started to pile up. Our debt started increasing. Also, fast forward through time, I decided to get a job so I can help my husband out. We could get over with this debt as soon as possible. I pray to Jesus that someday in the near future, this will be possible. I came to terms with everything and I thought, okay, I have this step and now I have to get rid of it. I started doing a couple things that I'm going to talk about later on in this video. Hopefully this will help you as well at home. If you're not making enough with your pay or your budget isn't going too well, how can you make more money to tackle all of your debt? We'll talk more about that later on. If you haven't guessed it, if you missed the title, if you missed the intro, I'm going to be explaining to you all what the snowball method is, where it came from, why I plan to use this instead of the avalanche method, which is similar but a bit different, and when I plan to start. What is the snowball method? A method where you pay off your debt in order from smallest to largest. We will go over the steps in a moment. But before that, I wanted to talk to you all about where the name came from. This method is originally from Dave Ramsey. He's a personal finance expert. I don't know if you all live where there is snow, if you grew up around it, or if you've seen snow before. If you haven't, let me explain to you all how, I guess he named it the snowball method. He explains that when you grab snow, I don't know why I'm gonna explaining to you all how to make a snowball. So what he does is, I guess I'm gonna explain to you all how to make a snowball. You grab the snow, you put it together, you make it into a ball, kind of like if you were playing Play-Doh, kinda, you know, you just grab the snow or even dirt. Anyways, that would have to have water. Okay, you're gonna grab the snow, put it into it, build it into a snowball. You're going to pack it together to make a tight ball. Then you're going to start rolling it around. Once it gains momentum and speed, the snowball grows and grows and it gets bigger. And that's how you make a snowman. How does the snowball method work? How does the snowball method work? Here's what you're going to do. You're going to list your debts on a sheet of paper, which I'm also going to be doing a video, free website where you can write down all of your bills or your debt, credit card payments, medical, and all of that. You can write the interest rates, all the information there, and it calculates it for you on when it could be paid off. I'm going to try and film that video and edit it as quickly as I can right after this one. So step one, you're going to list all of your debt from smallest to largest, and I'll go over a makeup scenario in a moment. You're going to make a debt list. So for the first step, you're going to list your debt from smallest to largest. You're going to make that list. Then for step two, you're going to make minimum payments on all of them except your smallest. Step three, you're going to pay as much as you can to get your smallest debt paid off ASAP. In order to do that, as I mentioned in the beginning, you're gonna have to say goodbye to many of your things that you are no longer using. Trust me, it's gonna get easier. If you don't want to sell anything or you have nothing to sell, then what you're gonna have to do is you're going to have to get yourself a side job. It's something that I didn't want to do. I got to a point where I had to think about my future. It's like, do I want to live debt-free? Okay, yes. So then these are the things that I have to do. Step number 4, repeat all of these steps. All of your debts are paid off. I'll give you an example in a moment. Let's clear this off. So in this makeup scenario, Sally's debt is she owes medical $100. She pays $30 a month. She has credit card debt of $580. She owes $70 a month. She also has a car loan in which she owes $3,400. She pays $400 a month. She also has a student loan. She owes $7,000 and she pays $210 a month. Again, this is just a makeup believe story. That way I can explain to you all how the snowball method works. She pays a total of 30 plus 70 plus 400 plus 210. She pays a total of $710 a month, and this is her debt, her total debt for the month, $710. So what she's going to do first, she's going to go on OfferUp, she's going to go on Mercari or wherever. Her debt that I'm showing you, I have it in order from smallest to largest. Let's say she goes on OfferUp, Mercari, she just starts selling a couple of things and she makes $100. She pays this off and her first step will be paid off. So the $30, we're going to add it on to the next step that she wants to get paid off, or the next one in which she owes the least, because we're paying off the debt from smallest to largest. She could either get a side job and pay this one off, or it's fine. She can just make minimum payments, $30 a month, until she pays this off. It's totally fine. That would take her 4 months to pay that. Let's say she comes up with $100. She ends up paying, you can do it however, pay the minimum. It takes her 4 months to pay this. Or let's say she comes up with money, has a side job, pays this off. So these $30, we're going to add it to the 70. So she's going to make a credit card payment the following month. It could either be on the 5th month once she is debt free from the medical, or it could be the following month. So instead of paying $70, she's going to make a $100 credit card payment, a $100 payment towards her credit card. So 70 plus 30, that's $100. That's going to take her 6 months to pay that off. 100 times 6, that's 6 months. So she no longer has this payment. Following month, which it could be the 7th month, we're going to take $100, we're going to add it to her car loan. So instead of $400, she's going to make a $500 payment. If she's selling things and getting a side job, adding more onto the payments, then she's going to pay everything much quicker. But let's just say we're just going to stick with the $500. I hope that I haven't lost you, but let's say she owed $3,400. We're going to subtract 6 months. That is $2,400. So after she paid these two debts, she's now at a balance of $2,400. So let's say everything started in January. January, February, March, April. In April, she pays her medical. In May, she decides to pay $100 towards her credit card. So May, June, July, August, September, October. She gets rid of this step here, October. We'll put October here. We'll put April here. We are now in the month of November, and she's going to start making payments of $500. She owes $2,400 divided by 500. That's 4 months. Let's just say it's 5 months. October, November, December, January, February, March. She's going to be finished with her car loan in March. So in March, she no longer has this payment here. October, November, December, January, February, March. That took her 6 more months to pay this step off. Now we're going to tackle with our snowball method. We're going to tackle her last debt, which is the student loan. In the month of April, she now has $500 free in her pocket. Well, not necessarily, because we're going to pay the student loan. She was constantly paying $210 each month. She never stopped paying this amount. So time has passed. So now we're going to subtract the $7,000 because she no longer owes this. April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. Let's just say it's been a year. So she's paid $210 times 12. That's $2,520. 210 times 12 equals 2520. Now we're going to subtract that from the 7,000. 7,000 subtract 2,520. That's 4,480. Friends, if you are new to this, I hope that I'm explaining it to you well in a way that you're able to understand. Student loan, she owes 4,480. So now instead of her paying 210, so 210 plus the 500, she's going to apply $710. This amount here that she has left over that she's able to pay in debt with her income. We're going to subtract it from here. So let's see how long that takes her to pay that off. So 4,480 divided by 710, it would take her about 7 months to pay this. Which, if we were to stay with the 210, she would have been paying that debt in, let's see, divided by 2. It would have taken her 21 months to pay her student loan. That's 1 year and 9 months. But instead, she's doing the snowball method. She's able to pay it off in 7 months. Really quickly, I know that many of you do know what the snowball method is, and you might be asking yourself at home, what is the avalanche method? And I asked myself the same thing until I did my research. The snowball method, you're going to make that list, and you're going to list them from smallest to largest. For your avalanche, you're going to make another debt list, and you're going to pay the highest interest first. This is personal preference. If you are able to pay it this way with the avalanche method, and it works for you, great. On the long run, you'll be paying less in interest, but then you have to come up with more money to pay it this way. One more thing before I forget is that the snowball method does not include your mortgage. It excludes it completely. This is just to pay off debt, credit card, medical, or any debt that you might have. 3 tips that I would suggest, something that's very important, but keep in mind I am not a financial advisor. Everything that I share with you all are things that have worked for me. Also the process that I'm sharing with you all on my journey to being debt-free. The 3 tips that I'm going to be doing, and I guess I could suggest, would be to have an emergency fund. This is a total of $1,000 in case anything happens, any emergencies, to prevent late payments. For example, a medical bill, your car breaks down, car maintenance. That way you don't have to keep adding more debt or using your credit card. Try and have at least $1,000 as an emergency fund. Now the next step, something that is also important, is to be current on your bills. You don't want to stop paying your utility bills or any priority bills that you have just to pay off your debt. Don't be late on any of your payments. Tip number 3 is to track your spending. The goal here is not to add any more debt. Thank you so much for staying to the end of this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. May God bless each and every one of you all, and I will see you all in my next video.